Good afternoon, I'm Maricar Bautista. Super Typhoon Pepito is continuously intensifying, and Weather Bureau PAGASA warns of potentially catastrophic and life-threatening situation over northeastern Bicol. Based on the 2 p.m. bulletin of PAGASA, Pepito has maximum sustained winds of 195 kilometers per hour, with gustiness of up to 240 kilometers per hour. It is last located 145 kilometers east-northeast of Catarman, northern Samar, and is moving west-northwestward at 20 kilometers per hour. The province of Catanduanes is now under tropical cyclone wind signal number 5. Signal number 4 is hoisted over northeastern portion of Camarines Sur and the northeastern portion of Albay. Signal number 3 is up over Polillo Islands, the southeastern portion of mainland Quezon, Camarines Norte, the rest of Camarines Sur, the rest of Albay, and the northern portion of Sorsogon. The eastern and central portions of northern Samar and the northern portion of eastern Samar are also under signal number 3. Areas under signal number 2 and 1 are now flashed on your screens. PAGASA says Pepito is expected to make landfall in Catanduanes tonight or early morning or tomorrow morning. But the Weather Bureau is not ruling out that this could still change, and Pepito might actually make a landfall over the eastern coast of Camarines Sur or Albay tonight or early tomorrow morning, or along the eastern coast of Quezon or Aurora tomorrow afternoon or evening. It will then pass over Bicol region, central Luzon, Quezon, and the southern portions of Ilocos region and Cordillera Administrative Region before emerging over the West Philippine Sea Sunday evening or Monday morning. Pepito is expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility on Monday. Meanwhile, Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla is instructing all mayors and barangay officials to implement mandatory evacuation in communities at risk of storm surges. Remulla's directives is upon the instructions of President Marcos following yesterday's meeting by the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council in Camp Aguinaldo. Remulla warns that the storm surge could reach as high as 5 to 7 meters. That is the same height as the storm surge caused by Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013. Meanwhile, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, or CAAP, is ensuring the safety of all airports under its command. This comes after CAAP inspected the airports that might be affected by Super Typhoon Pepito. CAAP spokesperson Eric Apolonio says the agency has inspected the Bicol International Airport. He says all precautionary measures were already implemented by the management. At the Tacloban and Calbayog ports, around 30 flights were already canceled, grounding more than 1,400 individuals. Other airports in Region 8, meanwhile, are still operational as of this afternoon. In other news, the Toll Regulatory Board has approved the increase in toll rates at the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway, or SCTEX. The toll hike will take effect on Tuesday, November 19. Class 1 vehicles will have to add 64 centavos more per kilometer, 1 peso and 29 centavos per kilometer for Class 2 vehicles, and 1 peso and 93 centavos per kilometer for Class 3 vehicles. For Class 1 vehicles going to Tarlac from Mabalacat City, this would mean an additional 25 peso toll fee. Class 2 vehicles traveling through the same route will have to shell out an additional 50 pesos, while Class 3 vehicles will incur an additional charge of 75 pesos. The TRB says the toll hike is the second tranche of the approved toll rate adjustment for SCTEX due in 2021 and 2023. The Chinese Defense Ministry is urging the Philippines to, quote, return to the right track, unquote, of resolving the disputes at the South China Sea. That is, according to Defense Ministry spokesperson Zhang Xiaogang, through dialogue and consultation. He adds that the Philippines should stop spreading false narratives, referring to the recently signed Maritime Zones Law and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Law. He also called out the Philippines' frequent military exercises at the West Philippine Sea, especially with the countries that are not part of the region. Zhang says these acts could only expand and further complicate the issues. Meanwhile, Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barbers is assailing China for what he claims to be yet another bullying tactic by trying to meddle over the Philippines' right to impose laws over its own territory and jurisdiction. Barbers' statement came after Beijing summoned Philippine Ambassador to China, Jaime Flor Cruz, following the signing of the Maritime Zones Law and the Philippine Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act. He says if China wants the Philippines to respect their claims, it should also respect our claim and sovereignty over the areas that are within our 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. He also called out China for its continued intrusion over the Philippine waters and harassment of Filipino fishermen. Barbers reiterated the arbitral court's decision that China's 9-dash line has no historical basis and has no legal effect. And those are the news at this hour. I'm Maricar Bautista. Stay tuned to BNC on Free TV Channel 31, Channel 24 on Cignal, Channel 74 on Converge, and on our website, bnc.ph. Thanks for watching Bilyonaryo News Channel. BNC, always on top.